Welcome back to Motherland Ursus, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I know this Triple S stage came out quite a while ago, but hear me out. I have some reasons to be late this time. I've been busy with a bunch of stuff, but there is one in specific I want to talk just a little bit about. You guys know how it has almost become a meme, how the community doesn't like the lack of touch between the publisher and us. And lack of communication is indeed a problem, but there is something amazing starting to happen. Arknights is officially working with the community. What am I talking about? This retweet from Arknights OST. It's nothing new to see Lungmen dragons working on community events, but the game retweeting something from our group? Yeah, there's something special coming. Obviously, I can't spill any beans. And I won't even discuss what is shown on this teaser, that's up for you to speculate. But being involved in this, I can tell you to expect a lot of fun. As the teaser says, stay tuned. But more than that, there is a good feeling that comes out of all of this. There's no guarantee that Arknights will keep working with any of us, and this doesn't mean anything other than they wanted to do it this time. But doesn't it feel great to know that Arknights is trying to be in touch with the community just a little bit more? I, personally, am hopeful that this will progress in a good direction, and maybe one day there will be no more conflict between players just because some of us look at the CN calendars and understand or not what is supposed to happen in our server. Because even when you know that a couple of events will always be shifted, thanks to our anniversary and everything around it, people get mad, and you can't talk reason with an angry individual. At that point, it doesn't matter who is right or wrong, it doesn't get anywhere. Anyways, this was quite an introduction today, wasn't it? But now, let's talk about this tower for a bit. Triple S changed a lot after the initial nerfs, as we all know, and this tower brings the game mode one step closer to feeling as normal as everything else. I feel like there's a lot more to block and even to heal. In the first two towers, the only two ground ops I wanted to use were Shaw and Ethan. They were all about that sweet Earth Spirit plus Grey stall, and there was basically no ranged threat, no reason to bring medics at all. Then we got a new tower with invisible enemies, and we had to block. Well, at least I had, since not even Totter was out yet, so that one made me use defenders. But not really medics, because with a couple buffs there wasn't really anything to kill my Kami or Quora. They can even heal themselves after all. But now in this tower, the enemies feel more threatening, there's lots more ranged damage, and the easiest way to beat the boss is by turning the map into a poison chamber. On top of that, it feels like there's less room to work with, so you are much more strongly incentivized to block than before. And I gotta say, I quite like this change. It was a bit weird at first, all this transition I went through from only slow and bind to using ops as normal. And for the first time in Triple S I was bringing Jay on purpose. That gotta say something, considering I play with Jay on every map. And you will see Jay kicking ass when we get to the boss. I only took a glance at the new towers to come, and the new changes that will be implemented with them, so I'm not sure how good they will be. But I can say I had fun in this one. It still sucks that I had to pick 2 3 stars and 1 5 stars, but I complained enough about that already. This strategy I was trying here is very simple. Ranged ops with 5 stacks of sniper, and melee ops with 5 stacks of guard. I'm so creative, I know, thank you. Jokes apart, this is quite new for me, since I initially had much more use for SP than anything else. And using guards in general is not something I did before. Tell me in the comments what was the most fun you had with an operator in Triple S before. My choice is J, we're getting closer to the last stage, just to wait. Now, about some other stuff I was planning. The seller videos I make, with the dear customer and everything. Man, I really lost the time to release one of those for you, Siracusano. I have the recordings and everything, but I just didn't edit it. I kinda still want to make them because honestly I really like making those. They help me understand the new operators as I carefully read through their skills and try to convey what I expect from the ops. And the whole sketch with a seller trying to push a product really gives me a comfort zone to only look at the good points of the operators and stay away from negativity, which at this point you surely know I am not fond of talking bad on any op. That's just how I am with Arknights. But it's so late for those ops already, taxes being limited and everything. I guess I could upload one for the welfares anyway. I don't know, seems more reasonable. And soon I gotta make one for the ops about to be released on Ciencio. And another thing is IS3. I didn't upload anything specific yet, which I also want to do. I've been having a blast with the new content. Things aren't at all what I expected, but it's been settling as an overall good. The mechanics do not work as I want them to, but it's probably my fault for expecting past experiences from other games to apply here. And on top of everything, there's the new difficulty system, which I gotta say, really spices it all up. I don't know how you guys are doing, but I'm having a challenge on the higher numbers. Difficulty 0 is much easier than IS2's normal, but oh, there is no comparison between hard mode and the whole Ascension. It is a challenge, and just as everything difficult in Arknights, there is no reward for it. The medal set only asks you to clear 7 out of 15, and anything beyond that is treated just as going over 18 on CC. The difference in my eyes is that IS3 is fun, and CC gets boring really fast if I try too hard. Call me bad if you want, that thing is just not for me. But you know, there's a shift in how you want to approach the stages, considering the new enemies and the new relics available. If you're playing for high ascension, you start to feel the lack of attack in your ops as you see the enemies getting closer and closer to double stats, and every new win needs more effort. It surely isn't a grind for everyone, and I won't blame you if you want to get the medal and run away. Since I've been busy, I haven't beaten everything yet, and I think I have 12 stamps. I'm too lazy to actually check now, it doesn't matter. I'll show you when I actually make stuff about IS3, which will happen, I promise. You can leave a comment if there's anything in particular you'd like to see. But now, as we reach the main stage of the Sloma Tower, let's focus on the stage. At least until we see the boss kill. After that we can go back to the sped up video. First thing, I actually lost heroes, because my deck was terrible. I got intimidated by the boss and ended up bringing 5 medics. That was way too much bloat. My hand just didn't function. And even with all those medics my ops just died. Now in this attempt things are a bit better. Only 3 medics, which is still a lot more than I'm used to, but I'd say reasonable for this map, because my strategy is to pick Poison Mist every single time. Why make the boss more difficult when you can choose to tank 100 true damage per second instead, right? Anyway, I still have a different problem, not enough supporters. The thing with supporters now after the nerf is that they kinda function as a blank slot in your deck. You draw one, you just throw it away and draw another card. They make decks more reliable, I would say. But 4 stars only have 4 supporters, and right now I only have 3 of them in the deck. Not a big deal, it just feels bad to not use a piece of knowledge or figure it out. And the rest of my deck has 2 objectives. Put J over 5 guards and Pudding over 5 snipers. Pudding with snipers is also not something I played with when SSS came out, but now I'm riding the train with everyone else. I accept that it is a nice idea to have almost constant slow on 4 enemies with half decent damage. Fortunately for me, as you will see, I failed in bringing Pudding out in time, and that made for an amazing discovery. I also have way too many vanguards in my deck, but whatever, we need to block the normal lane either way. I just hope Fang doesn't die, right? You can see that I am struggling with cards already, and to be honest, that click right there, I don't even know what I want in that slot. My plan certainly had some unfilled holes, but we all know that a plan is good as long as it works. I end up just spending everything I have to buff Gummy, I guess. At least she helps with healing, and the block count is nice, considering enemies won't be dying quickly because my damage dealer should probably be Pinecone, who isn't even in the deck. At least Jay is ready, right in time for the boss. The same isn't true for Pudding, but we all know the star of the show is already deployed. Yes, Meteor is here, and the defense debuff goes a long way when you're dealing physical damage. Who would have thought? It takes a while for the engines to start, but all we need is this little sponsor drone and we have a show. Yeah, that dude became sushi very fast. Not even his shield was enough to stop a pretty horse and an emotionless cook. With the boss dead, poison doesn't exist anymore and the rest is a breeze. But now as we reach the end of this Sloma tower, why don't you tell me how tired you are of farming mod mats in SSS? Leave a like if you liked it, and most importantly, get hype for the Arknights LED event. This was Kuma, and I hope everyone has a very nice day. Peace out.